Hail to the king, baby.
Friends, it's me, it's Michael B. It's Monday, you know what that means. Time for another Chillin' Chat with Michael B. Actually, tonight is a very special Chillin' Chat. It's the 200th Chillin' Chat. 200 episodes ago, I was a dude who just bought my first ever Blue Yeti microphone so I would sound better on Super Game Room Dudes, and I said, what the hell, I'm going to jump on OBS and talk to you guys about Arcade1Up and Home Arcade, and here we are, several years later, 200 episodes later, and we're still doing it. Well, not as much. In fact, we haven't been talking about Arcade1Up as much as usual, and there's a good reason for that. In fact, people have been asking, why aren't people talking more about Arcade1Up? So we're going to answer that tonight. Plus, we're going to talk about Black Friday. I called it on Super Game Room Dudes Blah Friday. We weren't getting the same sales and deals and excitement we got in years past. And the question is, what the hell happened to Black Friday? Did it go away? This was a magical time for us gamers where we pick up a absolute plethora of stuff. New consoles, arcades, games. This year, mediocre sales. Anyways, we'll get into that, plus a bunch of other stuff. Thank you so much for being here. This is Chillin' Chat with Michael B. All right, let's say hello to the people in the chat. I see Decadent Dave here. No one talks about Arcade1Up anymore because there's nothing to talk about. That's partially true. Stupid Fat Hobbit's here. Carl O is here. Always good to see you. Jason Little Alien, best moderator in the business. Dan Z. Dan in St. Louis, good to see you, buddy. King Ed. Who else we got? JR. Who are you kidding? No one ever stops talking about Arcade1Up. Well, no one is an interesting term. A lot of people stop talking about it. Mike Hawkhurts is here, who is, in fact, elite. I'm drinking coffee so I don't fall asleep before the show. Me too, brother. We'll do our 19K Fox segment now. What am I drinking tonight? It's coffee with just a little bit of milk. A little bit of color. Dustin Reverman is here. He's very excited. The Vikings beat the Bears. Will the Vikings finish the Brett Favre legacy next year and pick up Aaron Rodgers? Time will tell. Stock Jock's here. No tape on my mouth. That is just a visual illusion, Stock Jock. Porta Dream is here. Gamer Fridge. Let's Get Got. I still got to check out if you put up that video about using the Legends Gamer with the PC. Thumper Squid's here. He's going to go watch Rexer reruns while waiting for me to go up. James Hates Everything, or apparently this past week, everybody hates James. I'm not completely up on all the drama and everything that went on. I don't really pay attention to that stuff. Sorry, James, but apparently you're a hot topic right now. Who else we got here? Andy's Game Room's in the house. Steve Sale, Ted Adam Green, Goofy Foot. Good to see you, Goofy. Not blocked on my channel. I told you, brother. Not blocked on my channel. Mad Dog's here. Trying to make sure I get everybody a jump sometimes. JJ. Happy Monday night, JJ. Who else we got? Ridian Frost, 00 Raider, Nooners here, Chris NXNW, MSU Rich, Mark James as always, good to see you Mark, Andy's Game Room, MSU Rich, Gramps Arcade, Elio, David N, have a happy Thanksgiving everybody, that's true, happy Thanksgiving to my friends in the United States. We in Canada have that wacky October Thanksgiving, so yeah. MG, I'm sorry I'm late. I was trying to use P-Dub's affiliate link to buy something, but it was actually charging me more than without it. That sounds about right. Who we got? Prince Malcolm, what's happening, brother? Chaotic BPR, good to see you, brother. Still slaying the scores on the At Games Legends Pinball. Jamie Lawkins here, good to see you. Gross Gaming, Frank D, Danny Johnson, Robert Gannon, Michael East, Glenn Runyon, a lot of people in the house tonight. Good to see you. Dane Bramage, John Hour, we will stop calling you Restalgia. I'm glad you put that in there. El Captain, 19K Fox, if you want to destroy my sweater. Cheese Bats here, love Monday nights. Robert Gannon, I'm sorry if I said you already. The Sith Lord Lex. Kevin Clausen, Mike, I'm here, got distracted watching Monday Night Football. I do not blame you. Football over family. Vacations over family, Clausen. You got to get it right. I'm here for new controller talk. That's right. I bought my 19th Xbox Series X controller today. Series X controller today. My wife has broke 4 in the last year. She's on her 5th controller, and I spent a good majority of my day trying to learn how to take these controllers apart and clean them so I can fix them. How about a Rush Pinball game review? I don't have access to a Rush Pinball, unfortunately. If I did, I'd be down with it. Yo, can't wait to hear what your thoughts on Arcade1Up now. CR Cool King 36. Yeah, good stuff, man. Bill's Retro Gaming Show. Good to see you, my man. Cornercade's here. I think that's everybody. If I missed anybody, I am truly sorry, but we can't stay here all night talking about the names and doing shout-outs. Oh, Addicted to Arcade1Up. Hope I didn't miss you. The best deals are always about 10 days after Black Friday. There you go. I got the Ghost controller. Nice. That's what I got today. Oh, man, Brian G., I'm so jealous. That is one I definitely wanted. Very sad I never got it. So anyways, guys, let me pause this over here. I don't need that up. Doug Wing, good to see you, man. That's a 67.8 improvement. No problem, Dane Bramage. Happy to do it. You just sounded like Restalgia. I'm sorry, man. All right, guys, so tonight we're talking about 2 main things, but we'll talk about a bunch of things. So the 2 main things are, 1, why aren't people talking about Arcade1Up as much? Or, why is it not more of a hot topic? And I think that's pretty easy to explain. I grew up and I was taught if I didn't have anything nice to say about somebody, then not to say anything at all. So that's why we haven't been talking about Arcade1Up. All kidding aside. Amazing, Mike. Fox only says hi to 10 people. I know, that's because we made fun of him for how long it took for him to say hello to everybody. It's our fault. Thank you very much for the super chat, Kevin Clausen. You're a good man. MG says the 29th is Black Friday. Oh, MG, I thought so too, but Black Friday officially started all the way back last Thursday night, Friday morning. I don't know why, but it did. It did. Game Genie, nothing exciting for Black Friday. Sounds like a great time to pick up the arcade pole position. Never. Brooklyn Menace, what's happening, brother? Shaky Bones says Arcade1Up stinks. Well, I talked about Arcade1Up, then I got called bad names by their marketing babe. Kid Hank 12 terabyte is more exciting than Arcade1Up. Well, right now it is. I will tell you a little bit. I finished that video up late last night, and I was like, I don't really want to put a video up 12 o'clock at night. I was working on it all weekend, and I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with it from a streaming perspective, from a YouTuber. Something I didn't really talk about in the video because Obviously, not everybody who's going to be looking at this is a YouTuber, but one of the things I don't like about it, for some reason, I have multiple screens set up. So obviously, one screen for playing games, the other screen for running OBS and running like my YouTube window for putting the video up. One thing I don't like about this that some of the other hard drives didn't do is when I run it, it actually blacks out both screens. And the reason why is sometimes it sends a game to one screen and not the other. So it's a bit of a pain in the ass because it's awesome. Like, it's awesome. It has everything, but I'm not going to be able to utilize it to be able to play games online. I can record them for videos and stuff, but like online gaming would be very tough. Hey, Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger. I'm here for Flan, Mike B. Always good to see you, man. Sorry I stole one of Danny's hats at the Pinball Expo, but you did an amazing job with them. They're dope hats. I've been wearing it everywhere around town. First Kin Hank product I've been interested in. UNRGT 85, make it look pretty interesting. I mean, it is. Like, I don't know how to say this. Like, you know, there's always those schools of thoughts. Like, I got a couple comments from people that were like, I would expect more from somebody that used to collect physical games and talked about the passion and stuff. But, you know, as you get older and you go through things, like I had kids, you just don't have space and financial flexibility to have that kind of shit anymore. So you end up selling it off. And, I mean, being able to just have a hard drive and play literally anything you want at any time is a cool option. And I mean, that's what we're all about here, options. I'm not saying sell all your games and buy a hard drive, but you know, there's some games that if you have it physically, awesome for you, bully for you. But how many people are out there ready to drop $1,500 to $2,000 so they can play Little Samson? It's a good game, but $1,500 to $2,000, right? Yeah, this is one of the better Black Friday sales. Prince Malcolm, thanks for bringing it up. Glenn's Retro Show also brought it up on Twitter as well. The Atari VCS letdown of a product, however, is with the big kit, is $80 at Walmart Black Friday. Now, I think it was on Amazon for the same price, and then they jacked it back up to $99, or maybe that was on their website they did it. But yeah, if you just want like an interesting product, you can go check it out for $80. Thanks for the super chat, my man. We are spoiled nowadays, but it just needs to be perfected slightly. Yeah, that was the other thing that I was a little disappointed about it. I recently, when I was trying to save up for my Stranger Things pinball, I sold off a lot of what was left of my collection, like my PS2 games. So now I don't have access to like my PS2 RPGs. So every time I get one of these hard drives, I think about the games I've never beat, like Wild Arms 3, Wild Arms 5. Mainly it's those two. I've pretty much played through everything else. And like I go look for them on the Kin Hank devices, and like the game libraries after you get through the PlayStation generation and after you get through the Dreamcast generation just kind of go to shit. This one is better than the last hard drive they sent me, but still a lot of shovelware and not a lot of key titles, so keep that in mind. Yeah, interesting, JJ. I actually had a lot of problem when I first got this product, the hard drive. I plugged it into my PC, and I couldn't get certain games to run. Like, anything that was a CD-based system, it said slow read times. And I went through a week of trying to fix it, and I was so mad at Kin Hank, because I thought they'd sent me a faulty, is that the right term? A faulty hard drive. Turns out I had malware on my PC, so once I cleared out the malware, worked like a dream. Hey, nice GW, hope you enjoy it. I know, right? And I gotta talk to Joel Retro Lizard about getting a gun hard drive too, so I can get back up with that. So anyways, guys, back to the main topic. So why aren't we talking about Arcade1Up? Joke earlier, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. But I do want to talk a little bit about this, and you guys feel free to chime in. I'll try to, I'm looking at it right now, and I can see the chat. I got a better setup, so I can see it right here, too. Hey, Oasis Beyond, good to see you, my man. So, one of the big reasons that a lot of us aren't talking about Arcade1Up is pretty simple. They're not really doing anything. So a lot of us do videos and do these shows and we talk about news. I mean, you look at 19K Fox, literally his show is last week tonight, except about home arcade products. And you look at other people, a lot of what we do is news. So when you're not delivering any news, there's no advancements on products. There's nothing interesting to bring up that isn't something that's already been talked about before. People aren't going to make videos on it. Like me, myself, I do news blast, stuff like that. Bill knows what I'm saying. No, you got to watch more prawn before you get to Kinhank HTD. More porn. So here's the thing. They're not doing much right now. And when there is news, we usually cover it. Like, if it's something good, like, we'll be excited about it. If it's something not so good, we'll give our honest opinions. Like, this past year hasn't been a great year for Arcade1Up in terms of, reaching out to the hardcore fans and giving them products they would be interested in. I have no idea how the business side of Arcade1Up did this past year, but I can tell you, long-term fans, people that are interested in buying their products and growing collections, we haven't really got a lot this year. Like, we got a cheaper version of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is a good thing, but it had like an X-Men 97 skin on it that was kind of weird, and if you want arcade recreation, that ain't it, chief. On top of that, like, there was no new product this year. There was a couple rehashes, a very questionable decision with an NBA Jam 2-player cab. Nothing wrong with the 2-player. It's just a little bit small. So there hasn't been much to be excited about, like, especially, I know I'm a person that have been waiting for them. I'm fine with re-releases. I just want to see more XL cabs. So when Golden Tee, which is already an XL cab, was slated to come to Costco, and we understood the arrangement was 1 XL per year, I mean, that's kind of disheartening, especially then when you find out it's going to be some kind of multicade, which, again, isn't an arcade recreation, and it's more an amalgamation and outside of what Arcade1Up do. So I'm just going to be honest, like, for new fans, sure, there's lots of stuff to be excited about, a lot of new YouTube faces, like going out and picking up these products, maybe products they didn't have before. I mean, if I got a new NBA Jam now, that would be my fourth NBA Jam, third new NBA Jam, but fourth time I had NBA Jam. So it's a little bit different for me, right? I'm not as much excited to see re-releases or improvements in these cabs. I'm kind of done past this point. What I'm looking forward to is seeing some new games released, and that's kind of what we're all waiting on. Like, if Arcade1Up had released 1-2 cabs this year that were based on new IPs, new games, new anything, I'm sure there would have been a ton more coverage and excitement for Arcade1Up. But the truth is, they're not doing anything newsworthy or noteworthy. The only thing they're doing, seemingly, is taking actions that kind of alienate their hardcore fan base. So we've kind of been covering that, and that sucks. Like, no one wants to be up here talking about the negativity in a hobby. Well, I mean, you do if you want to make a lot of money on YouTube. That seems to be a very, very profitable for some people. But most of us, like, we just want cool things to happen. We want to be excited. We want to be excited about your brand. We want to talk about the new stuff you have coming out, and we want to talk about it in news videos. But, nothing's been happening. There's another thing too that I want to talk about. Like, I'm very cool with what I have. Like, say for example, Arcade1Up just stop making products tomorrow. Like, I have a Mortal Kombat 2 Deluxe, rather it be XL, but I really like that one. I have a Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. Like, I have the Dynamo Cab, the Deluxe. I really like that one. I have a Terminator 2. I wish it was more arcade accurate, but, like, I have a lot of fun with that. My daughter loves it. I got a Dragon's Lair. Like, I'd be good. And I don't have any plans on getting rid of that stuff. Not right now. I have room and space for it. Like, when my kids grow up, like, they're in their teens, they might want to take over the basement again, so we might have another discussion, but I'm good. But not everybody's like that. There are a number of fans and YouTubers where you get into a hobby, and then when the company that you like stop producing what you like, you kind of get tired of it, and then you get rid of it and you bring new things in. Now, for people saying, oh my God, like, how could these people do this? How could they get tired of these products they said they loved and then all of a sudden start selling them and bringing something else in? Use your noggin here, people. This is normal in the video game world. So I'm going to ask if there's anybody out there kind of like around my age range. I'm in my mid-40s now. So if you're out in my age range, you probably grew up playing the Nintendo Entertainment System. So I had a Nintendo Entertainment System growing up. I was fortunate enough, my parents bought me a bunch of games for it. So I had a cool library. And I got mine, I think it was 87, and I loved it right up until about 92. Still had it after that, but something happened at that point. The Super Nintendo came out. And then all the focus was on the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. Nintendo were still doing stuff. They still even made games after that. Some of the best games on the Nintendo Entertainment System came out after the launch of the Super Nintendo. But you know what happened? People went and bought Super Nintendos. Even though they loved their NES and they loved all those games, they were done with it because there was something new to be excited about. There was a focus on something else. And eventually, people moved away from those retro games and moved into other consoles, and it keeps happening and happening and happening. And there's a large amount of the community that's kind of the same way. What have you done for me lately? Like, even though they like what they have and they're really happy with it, when Arcade1Up's not producing anything else, you kind of lose interest because it's all about that idea of, I love this hobby, I love buying these cabs, I love having an arcade, but part of the excitement is, I also like doing that arcade shuffle. I like new stuff to be coming out, so I wonder if I'm going to buy something, move something out, move something in. A lot of people are that way. I'm thinking of my buddy Fox in that respect. Like, Fox was a huge Arcade1Up guy. I always loved real arcades, but at the same time, when Arcade1Up started to slow down, Fox kind of went in a different direction too. Like, he still wanted different games to have in his arcade, wanted to change his variety up, so Arcade1Up wasn't doing anything. He went and got real arcades. This stuff happens. It's a normal transition. So you look at a load of people that were in the Arcade1Up space that, talked about this stuff all the time. They're not talking about it now because Arcade1Up's not doing anything. And they're not as interested and not as passionate because Arcade1Up's not as fresh, not as interesting, not coming out with the new stuff to keep their attention. So that's one of the other big reasons. Cornercade says, home arcade or nothing. Dark Empire says only 24 likes. I'll take what I can get. I don't care. Come on. So, I wish there was more interest, and I wish there was more reason to talk about the news of Arcade1Up. There's not. Now, a lot of people are also jonesing for the days of the past. Like, when we used to talk about Arcade1Up all the time, one of the funnest things to do was we used to say, what if? We used to talk about all those great arcade games that we thought, what if Arcade1Up can make? And the reason why is because back in that day, we still had that hope. There was this glimmer of hope that one day Arcade1Up could release something that we would be very excited about. One of our favorite games. 19K Fox is always like Alien vs. Predator. P-Dubs is like Qbert. You know me with Robotron 2084. We all have that game. We would love to see show up in an Arcade1Up with the art recreated, all that stuff. And there was a hope a couple years ago because this was a company that had no problem getting licenses. We're bringing out 20 to 25 new games per year. They were doing all kinds of crazy stuff. But you can't realistically have that hope anymore. It's hard to talk about what's exciting because we have no reason to expect Arcade1Up are going to do anything like that. It's been 2 years. It's been 2 years now where the only new releases were Fast and the Furious and Time Crisis. And we openly know the only reason they released those cabs was in previous years, 2022 and 2021, 2022, maybe 2023, they had actually worked on, building those cabs. So that was already in the works. Otherwise, that wouldn't have happened. Fast and the Furious, I don't know all the details there, but I do know that the guy from Shop Hippo, which I don't think they work with anymore, to tell you the truth, Shop Hippo actually push to make Time Crisis a reality. Otherwise, that wouldn't have happened either. So we are, since September of 2023 was the last time we got a new cab from Arcade1Up. So it's very hard for us to sit here online and talk to you guys about what if, to do any kind of speculation on what we could see from Arcade1Up going forward without being super pragmatic to say there's no reason to believe we're going to get anything different than what we've already been getting. For example, like we're going into CES next year. I would love to do a show tonight for my 200th episode instead of this, where I'm talking about the possibilities, what we could see from Arcade1Up at CES in 2025. But the reality and the pragmatic conversation is, let's just wait and see, because there's no reason to believe that they're going to stray from the playbook that they've been running for this past 2 years. Maybe come out with 3 to 5 to 10 products per year and, be very tight on money. No new development, no new IPs, use the licenses they already have. On top of that, we know part of them keeping their contracts is they have to produce year over year over year. So in order to do that, they have to do the re-releases to keep the products. It's a really sad state of affairs, but that's the reality of Arcade1Up's business model, it seems like. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm not an Arcade1Up insider. I don't know all this information. All I know is the information I've been given, and it seems like they have to release like certain cabs every single year, like a Pac-Man to keep Namco, like a Golden Tee to keep the Golden Tee license, like a Midway cab to keep the Midway license. It is what it is. Cornercade jumps in. Mike, let's do it. CES, WrestleMania, Street Fighter, Third Strike, and Robotron. You got to be kidding me, man. But you know what? Some people still want that. They still want that speculation. They still want that hope. And there's people out there like Danny. Like, we'll laugh a little bit. We're like, Danny, come on. You can't actually think that. But, kudos to him for being like positive and, still happy, still excited for this stuff. So it is what it is. But some of us, like, there's no fire, man. And like, it'd be so wrong for me to jump on here to just tell you like, what if, when I don't believe it. I don't believe there's any what if. I believe that I'm going to go into CES expecting rehashes. And if they do anything new and interesting, I'm going to be shocked. I'll be excited. And then you know what happens if they make new products? Then I'll be back. Make an Arcade1Up news video saying, guys, they did something cool. That's all they have to do. If you guys want Arcade1Up to have more videos made about them, if you want us YouTubers to make more videos about Arcade1Up, they just got to make some products. Yeah. I will tell you, as easy it is to shit on Arcade1Up this past year because of the lack of new arcades and stuff to be excited about, the one thing that I am really excited about, I do love the claw machine. I hope it comes to Canada. Right now, it doesn't seem likely, but... And that's another thing. For me personally, it's a little bit hard for me to talk about Arcade1Up, probably more so than most of my other YouTube friends, because I'm in Canada. We literally have no access to Arcade1Up. There hasn't been a new cab here since Time Crisis. And I don't mean a new IP. I mean a new cabinet. Like, even a new re-release has not made its way to Canada. I'll give you a perfect example here now. I went in earlier to check out, I was on Facebook, and an ad came up on my Facebook for the brick here in Canada, and it showed Time Crisis. And I'm going to be honest with you, Time Crisis is not one I absolutely want, but like, I got that FOMO. I haven't bought an Arcade1Up cabinet in like, almost a year now. It's been a year. No, not since May. I got Dragon's Lair, and that was the last Arcade1Up I got. I did do a trade where I got my Tempest back, but Dragon's Lair was the last Arcade1Up I bought. So I just saw this ad for Time Crisis at the Brick, and I was like, hey, I'm going to go check that out. Maybe there's a Black Friday sale. Maybe I can get Time Crisis for a reasonable price instead of the $899 was here in Canada. It might have been $849. I can't remember exactly, but I think it was $899. So I went into the Brick. You're going to hear my super loud clicky keyboard here now for a second. and I typed in Arcade1Up. Now, this is not everywhere, but you got to understand the brick has different distribution warehouses. So only certain products are available in certain areas. Other areas of Canada might have a better selection, but check this out, guys. Oh, wrong screen. You're just getting a lot of the same thing right now. Hold on. That's where I was recording that Kinhank device earlier. So here is the brick. Now, you guys know the brick was, I'm going to make this large in case P-Dubs is here, but he won't be here because his computer's broken. So no Multicade Monday tonight. So anyways, the brick is the premier location for Arcade1Up here in Canada. They have the biggest selection, even website-only exclusives. So here's what's available to me at the brick right now for Arcade1Up. I can get the Arcade1Up Wheel of Fortune Casino Cade, which I have absolutely zero interest in. The Infinity Game Table, which I had, okay product. We enjoyed it for a little while we had it. I can get the Arcade1Up Killer Instinct Arcade. I've got the Pro. I don't have any interest in that. I can get one of these two, what are they called again? Partycades. I already had that one. Or I can get the Deluxe Big Buck Hunter Pro. And that's the extent of everything we have. That's it. That's the whole shebang. Six products. 2 of which are arcades. That's all we have. So if you wonder why, I have a little bit of, I don't know what the right term is, maybe an axe to grind, or I'm not as interested anymore. It's literally unavailable. I could understand now how the UK feels talking about Arcade1Up, because yeah, it's like we're living in the UK now. No access to their products. So it is what it is. I love the Defender Partycade. The Catalina Wine Mixer, man. Before John D left, and when the company was still running with doing cool stuff, there was a rumor, a big rumor, that they were going to, let me just bring you up here, JJ, you're a little low. I pressed the wrong thing and I moved my screen. So I want this. Hold on. Browser 2. There we go, JJ, you're up now. So when John D was still there, back in the days when Travis was doing the one update, stuff like that, there was a rumor that they were going to do a Defender cab. A Defender cab with the same game lineup as the Partycade, with the proper control scheme. I patiently waited for it to happen. And of course, it never materialized. There you go. P-Dubs is the first one I thought of when the Defender Partycade. Fucking P-Dubs, man. The Catalina Wine Mixer was my comment. P-Dubs stole it as if it was his own. I love P-Dubs too, but he did steal that one. Yeah, Travis, I don't know. Last time I talked to Travis, he was like, Arcade1Up's got nothing going on. I'm just going to be stepping away for a while. I don't know. I don't talk to him about it. I don't ask him what he's doing with Arcade1Up at all. None of my business, man. Like, here's to hoping. I'm hoping that CES is much more exciting than I'm anticipating it being. I guess we'll see. I think the thing that we have been talking about the most this year, believe it or not, and some people take it as Arcade1Up hate, is we're talking about the possibility of new companies coming into the fold and making these products. Michael B., did Travis quit because they lied to him? I don't know. I have no idea. I can tell you that, what we were told, definitely me and B, about them wanting to engage the community and stuff like that, it didn't really seem to come to fruition. Maybe, I don't know, a lot of stuff happened. I can tell you Cyrus really, really took a lot of offense to people like attacking him. He found that really hard. I mean, it wasn't really his job to go in front of the camera, and like people were brutal to him. The constant attacks by Zohar didn't help, and like really took it seriously, right? So yeah, again, I wouldn't want to be put in that situation too. Like if I'm not comfortable coming on camera and doing that stuff, yeah, Jesus. Anyways, guys, what we've been talking about is other companies possibly doing stuff. So we get excited now when we hear about other companies stepping up and possibly doing something to compete with Arcade1Up. I mean, Evercade did that. Evercade did their own countercade, the Alpha. They did a great job with that. I'm excited to see more of that, and I hope one day they look at going other sizes and stuff too. I mean, the excitement we had from New Wave Toys announcing possibly doing full-scale cabs. We got Media 1-Up. Didn't people attack John D more, though, Michael B? Rocky, I got a feeling you might be John D. So, Garage Gamer is a perfect example. Look at this guy. Earlier I talked about people that just got disinterested and just got into something else, the next big thing. I mean, Garage Gamer was all over Arcade1Up. Loved the brand. Now he is like a hardcore console gamer. He's the only person I know with more Xbox controllers than me. I don't know. To me personally, I'm like, what a dumbass idea. Like, I've never understood this whole idea of giving certain retailers exclusive to get them to carry you. If you listen to John D will say at times, Costco saved them. That huge Costco order saved them. And maybe like it was one of those things, like, we don't know what the financial situation of these companies are behind the scenes. We can speculate, but none of us really know. Maybe Arcade1Up was in that desperate state. They needed this partnership, so they had to do it. I think for sure, it sucks. It absolutely sucks. So anyways, we talk about these new products like Basic Fun. I was really excited about the idea of them doing an Arcade1Up like product, like a Centipede cab. New Wave Toys, Media 1-Up now possibly doing a cab. So that's been cool. Then we get cool multi-cade shit, like Buy Stuff Store did that awesome Super Sprint, a little rich for my blood, but it's one of those things where you pay for the value. I mean, this isn't just like a cheapish, toyish arcade. They built a real recreation, so I get that. We got cool multi-cades coming out. The Astro City, I call it the Astro City. The Nova Blast coming out from Unico is really interesting. Then, of course, we've also got the Glen full-size unit, which I hope is going to be awesome. Still disappointed the 26-inch screen didn't work out, but yeah. Hey, what's happening, Cleveland Gaming Classic? Who did Glen dirty? If you were talking about Unico, they argued back on that, and they said no, they tried to contact Glen, and I don't know. Maybe you're talking about Arcade1Up. They did everybody dirty. I don't know. Guys, simply put, there's just not a lot to talk about from any scope. There's no news. There's no hope for news. There's no projections. There's no rumors in the pipe. There's just nothing there. So, I apologize. We don't have more news for you, and we can't talk about topics. I don't know what other people are talking about. Maybe they've got more hope, and they're still excited. But there's just nothing. I hope there is something. I hope they do something exciting to pull rabbit out of their hat and come out with a new cab like a Robotron. I personally want that. Hell, anything at this point would be interesting. So there we go. Okay, so off topic here now. I gotta tell you, I had to stop collecting toys. I love toys, and especially I love the retro toys being re-released. But Ghostbusters broke me. And I don't know if you know what I'm talking about here. It's not the HasLab Ghostbuster, but no. So a little while ago, I may have shared this, and I know James Hates Everything picked them up, but I couldn't. I just couldn't. Michael B has nothing to keep his show going. Turn out the lights, the party's over. Decadent Dave, your comments are very decadent. A lot of negative, too. I should pivot and talk about Skype tutorials. So anyways, I got to tell you guys, I fell in love with this product. I was like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. Being able to get real Ghostbuster toys to this level of detail with this accuracy. And then instead of just like random bad guys like Fearsome Flush, being able to being able to get the actual bad guys from the cartoon like Sam Hain was a dream come true. I was all in on these and expected to pay, new toy prices, which are ridiculous, but like, $50 US per figure, worst case scenario. Well, that was not worst case scenario, because this came up, and get a look at this price point. $202 US. By the time shipping and duty came in, this would be close to $300 to $400 for me in Canada. What the absolute hell? Like, it was at this point where I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good with toys. Like, it breaks my heart. Like, I think this is the coolest shit in the world, but not $202 US cool. I'm just going to be honest. No, there is no link. I'm on OBS Cornercade. Oh, yeah, that was something this week. Yeah, New Wave Toys, man. I can't answer you on that one. Yeah. I think what they're doing is a super cool idea, but I don't know. Right? $202, $100 for that New Wave Toys arcade dude. Like, I don't get it, man. Michael B. the Macabre Genie. Maybe. Anyways, that's it for Arcade1Up. Like, it's not like we're not going to talk about it, but again, there's no news. There's not going to be any news till CES. There's nothing new coming out till then, unless something leaks ahead of then. And there's no reason to speculate. There's no reason to have hope until Arcade1Up show us some sign of life, show us some sign of hope. And that's not even getting into the drama side of Arcade1Up and their community relations stuff. I mean, this is a company that once was so accessible, so in touch with its fan base, and now it's 1,000% the opposite. And like I talked about, when we met with Arcade1Up after John's exit, we met with their their COO, and we met with Cyrus, and we met with the team, and they were so excited to do all this stuff with community, and it just never happened. Like, the community side of it is gone as well. They're radio silent, dead silent. So there's nothing to be excited about. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I know you want to see more Arcade1Up stuff. There just isn't anything there. Check back in January. We'll see if we can do something there. They're like government. They took the rest of the year off for the holidays. Anyways, on to the more fun stuff. Well, maybe not. This is a pretty negative episode for my 200th, but I did want to talk about Black Friday now. So first up, not to beat a dead horse, but Arcade1Up. So I think the first thing that everybody was looking for here with Arcade1Up was their Black Friday deals. What was going to be coming out? This had always been an exciting time of year for gaming fans, but even for Arcade1Up fans, because you could always count on something wild and wacky happening. Like, I'm not talking about the $50 and $75 blowouts at Walmart. I'm talking about really good deals on older cabs. We all remember Ridge Racer $299, T2 $299, different cabs $299. B Kong made like $2,000 one month off his Amazon affiliate links because where he's in California, he was the first one to get the news on the sale and posted a video up with his affiliate links. Made a ton of money off it. But that's the kind of stuff that we're excited for. So I think where it's been such a boring year, there's been some cabs that maybe haven't been things that people wanted first and foremost, and there's so much dead stock, like old product that doesn't seem to be moving. A lot of people anticipated that there was going to be a huge sale on Arcade1Up cabs come Black Friday. And that's when the deals hit, Black Friday deals. And as you can see, these are Canadian prices. I don't know how I can change that. Usually sites have a way to change it, but keep in mind these are Canadian prices. But everything's roughly like, I think it's like 20% off. That's what you're getting here. You're getting $100 off a cab. So $3.99 for Marvel vs. Capcom X-Men 97, which is probably the best deal of the bunch. I think they went $200. No, it's $100 off the Casino-cade. I think that's $4.90. Casino-cade is what? $4.90? No, $3.99. It's the same price as these. I'm so confused right now. Is the Casino-cade $3.99? Damn it! Why am I in Canada? Paul, I don't know if you saw, I don't know if you follow me on Twitter, but I posted something there the other day. Someone actually bought the Analog Duo, and this is how this is how determined Analog was to be accurate to the original product. The guy's Analog Duo CD crapped out on him after 9 months. Just like the original Turbo Duos sold from Radio Shack with the bad capacitors, this one breaks down too. Now, I hope that this is an isolated incident, Paul, so I hope you have no issue with that, but I really don't. I really hope, with how expensive these things are, that these products are a lot more reliable than the original Turbo Duos were. Like, oh my God. When I saw that the other day, I was like, holy shit. Anyways, back to the Arcade1Up deals. So, I mean, there was just nothing there. Even on Amazon, like, I think like one of the better deals was like $4.99 for the Arcade1Up pinball machine. And there's still people like MG that are saying like, all right, relax, guys. I know you're not happy with the deals, but the real deals happen on the real Black Friday. No, guys, this is it. This is literally it. This is all we're getting. So, like, the same deals we've been seeing all year, like $3.99 for some of these products, maybe some better than others. What is this here? 10% off the Casino-cade. Get the ugliest Arcade1Up today. LOL, my Duo is fine, but I sold TurboGrafx 16s and their CD add-on back in the day at Toys R Us. Maybe 2 or 3 of them. Yeah, TurboGrafx, God bless Radio Shack and their clearance sales, because a lot of people found the love of the TurboGrafx. TurboGrafx, amazing system, Paul. I love the TurboGrafx. I own 2 Turbo Duos, but not when they originally came out. I got them later in my collecting days, and they're awesome. But yeah, those capacitors, they came out around the same time as I had to get a capacitor replacement with my Turbo Duo, and my Turbo Express, I had to get a capacitor replacement, and I think there was some, my Game Gear needed a capacitor replacement. There was just a bad run of capacitors, like cheap capacitors, when all that stuff was being produced, and it really messed up the durability over time. My God, MG, talk about too much spending. Holy shit. A PS5 Pro and a PS5 30th this month. That's big, man. That is big. Yeah, those 30th anniversary Sony PlayStation products are beautiful, but man, like, I hate, I know it's a Nintendo thing, but I hate the limited availability, and I hate the extra pricing on it, so it is what it is. There you go. Good job. I'm still mad at you for buying an NBA Jam Slimcade. I told everybody not to buy this. We have to send a message with our wallets to Arcade1Up. No mas. We don't want any more Slimcades. Yeah, Darren, I know this is something that... I got to put that back down. Make sure I'm on browser here. Darren, who used to work at Arcade1Up, he knows this as well. I know this is something that David McIntosh said as well when he was still there. Deep discounting in years past really destroyed the product perception. Huge mistakes, in my opinion. Was it avoidable? Not sure, but I really cringed that the retailers had this much room to discount this much. Yeah, you're 100% right, Darren Kane. But like, you guys got over it. I mean, the $50 discounts and stuff like that didn't really hurt you guys. If anything, I think it added a brand new bunch of fan base. Now, you lost a lot of those people that were only interested in buying these for $50 or $100. But like, you don't understand the interest that went into it at that time, and the people that you brought into the community that were still buying them at $600-$700. Like, maybe that stuff hurt so much. The one time where the discounting really hurt and I think killed your product is the time where you couldn't have the discounting was the NFL Blitz. That discounting absolutely destroyed you guys. It completely ruined the value of your product. That was the one, 100%. 100% in my opinion. Anyways, so, I mean, the Arcade1Up sales, not anything to be excited about. There hasn't been anything come out, but, like, even none of the older cabs, like, I think on Amazon, like, the Yoga Flame was still $3.99. Not even a $2.99 sale on the Yoga Flame, so just, there wasn't anything there. But before we shit on Arcade1Up for doing this, I do want to be clear here that this is really a sign of the times. Like, if you guys checked out the rest of the video game sales everywhere else, I mean, even look at Gamestop here in Canada. So I'm going to bring this up on screen. I got to try to make it larger here for you. So I've been waiting all year. I knew there was not going to be any sales on Arcade1Up in Canada. There's no Arcade1Ups in Canada. But, like, what I have been interested in, I've been doing a lot more console gaming lately, like modern console. I've been into my PC, into my modern console. That's where I'm spending a lot of my time. So there was a bunch of games I was waiting out to see if they would go on sale. And they did, but not nearly as much as I anticipated. I mean, like, one of the things we look forward to was the Black Friday sales when games would go on sale. Like, new games only came out like a month and a half ago. And then all of a sudden, you're down to 50% off for Black Friday, but we're not getting that anymore. I mean, this is just a sign of it. Like, games like Stellar Blade, $89 was only on sale, $25 off. Astrobot, $15 off. Probably the biggest sale, and I know Brooklyn Menace, if he's still here, he's loving this. He's already got one, but this is something I'm looking at seriously. Is the PlayStation VR bundle starting at $479.99. I'm thinking about getting that Horizon one. If I'm a little bit more flush, later in the week, I still got to pay Justin back for our shared expenses for the Chicago trip. But yeah, if I get a little bit more flush, I might pick one of these up. But you look at all these sales, like $100 off a $700 console, like, there wasn't anything that great. Even like the Nintendo sales, they're nothing that special. Save up to $50 starting at $29.99, but not really. Like, some of the older games maybe, but like, you're taking a $79 game, $20 off a $79 game is what you're usually getting with the Nintendo sales. It seems like games nowadays are just, they don't have the big sales. Whatever magic and mystique Black Friday once had for us as gamers, I think the whole industry has moved on and gone in a different direction. Like, if you're looking for Black Friday sales, even the TVs this year, I was really super disappointed. Like, I don't have a lot of money right now, but Mike, you can get Sam Hain cheaper than a PSVR 2. Yeah, but even the TVs, like, one of the things I was looking at, I have a QLED, Samsung QLED right now. Picture's really good, but like, I'm in this big thing where I'm in love with OLED TVs now. Like, I got the OLED Switch and then I got the OLED Steam Deck, and I was like, oh man, the marginal difference is incredible. So I've been thinking about upgrading to an OLED TV. So I've been watching prices on the 65-inch and 75-inch OLED TVs for Black Friday and through Costco. And like, earlier this year around September, I seen them go down, and these are the same friggin' model TVs, for as low as, and this is Canadian too, $2,100 for the 65-inch. So, I'm waiting for that Black Friday sale because that's when you get the best deals, right? I went into Costco day one of Black Friday, $2,300. Actually, $2,400. It was, no, $22.96 was the price of the TV. It was actually $200 more expensive this year on Black Friday than it was earlier in the year at an off time. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, I I think the concept and the idea of Black Friday is kind of gone the way of the dodo bird. And it's sad. The video game space, someone mentioned it, the digital sales are crap this year. A lot of it is the problem. Like most places are digital. The reason why we used to get such amazing clearance sales at places like Best Buy, places like GameStop, places like Walmart, was they had a ton of physical media inventory. That's why you'd always get the deals on the movies, the deals on the games. If you look at it now, they don't carry half as much physical media anymore. The shift to going towards, digital media is on. Best Buy has completely modified their stores here in Canada. They don't carry movies anymore. Their gaming selection is so much smaller, and they just don't have the stock they used to. Even GameStop, I remember going there Friday morning, and the guy in front of me, like I was there at opening, the guy in front of me bought the first copy of Stellar Blade of the day, and then it was sold out. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. This is one of your big star deals that you've got for Black Friday. It's on the first page. Stellar Blade, $25 off. And you sold out after you sold the first one. But this is where we're to right now with Black Friday. Black Friday it isn't the concept it once was. Like, it's still a sales event and companies benefit from it, but we don't get the deals we used to get just because there's not as much inventory. Yeah, I saw someone leaving today with a 75-inch QLED from Costco. I went to my Costco again today, and I saw someone leaving with a 75-inch QLED, and I think the 75-inch QLED Samsung was $17.99 Canadian. TCL is the new Hisense. I don't know if you have those there, but it's the lower end brand. Anyways, and creative fun. I can't even get into that conversation with you. I've been everywhere trying to find one. I am not buying a PlayStation 5 Pro because I can't get it. Now, I will tell you what I bought though. So I did buy Stellar Blade because my buddy at Tool talked me into it, said the game was amazing, and also boobs. So I bought Stellar Blade, and I played a little bit of it. Beautiful game, and the combat is very, very interesting. I was a little worried because someone told me it was kind of based off the combat in, one of those, not a Dead Souls game, but a game like Dead Souls I had for a couple months, and I hated it. But anyways, it ended up being really good, really fun, and I enjoyed the challenge of the combat. So I'm having fun with Stellar Blade. And then the other games I was really excited about is actually going to be coming out on sale tomorrow. Silent Hill is on sale, $25 off. So that one's going to be $65 as well, because games are $89 here in Canada now. And that was one I was waiting for a sale on. Not the sale I was hoping for, but it was okay. And then the other ones, where'd you go? You must be on page 3. I must have skipped you. So another one I bought, $30 for WWE 2K24. Fell right back in love with WWE lately, so obviously I'm going to be picking that up. And $30 at Walmart. I know $30 I'll check Walmart tomorrow before I make my purchase. I'm going to tell you, I didn't buy any of these at GameStop. That's the other thing. Where is it? Maybe it's on page 1. Let me go down to page 1, see if it's here. No? Where are you to? Page 2, maybe? No, page 4. Page 5 is where it's to. Man, it's hidden here. So I had to go all the way to page 5 to find what I was waiting for. So I'm a big action RPG type guy. So Final Fantasy Rebirth, I wasn't going to buy that till I was ready. So that one is $90. That's down for $55. I bought that off Amazon. Visions of Mana, that's actually a recently released game. I was hoping for a bigger discount. It had recently been on sale for like $64.99, $69.99. $5 extra isn't the Black Friday discount I've been looking for, but I picked that one up anyways. So I've got that one. And then, of course, tomorrow, Silent Hill. You're saying $30 at Walmart, so I'll keep my eyes open. I've been buying all these from Amazon, so I think I'm going to check Amazon first, but it looks like in Canada, $65. $30 at Walmart certainly would be a million times better. Yeah, I don't have PS Plus. The one thing I am thinking about getting PS Plus for is that new announcement that you can play their cloud-based games on the PlayStation Portal. That's exciting. And I finally figured out what was wrong with my PlayStation Portal, too. I have a mesh wireless internet network with Rogers here in Canada. So my PlayStation was actually set up on the mesh network, and I guess it was on the 2.4 gigahertz. I split my network bands from, I got a 2.4 and a 5G now, so I make sure my PlayStation 5's on the 5G, and now it runs a lot smoother, so very, very, very happy about that. Hyrule Switch Lite, you gotta stop buying systems, MG. You're gonna be ruined, brother. Other than that, like, yeah, really lackluster Black Friday. Nothing I was that excited about. Got an Xbox controller because my wife broke her third one, but other than that, yeah. I know, it's so confusing, right? I create a fund every single year. That's how I renewed my Game Pass. I would go to Gamestop on Black Friday, and they would have half price Game Pass Ultimate subscriptions. So I would buy a year's subscription for like $50, and that was it. And then they stopped doing it. And it's the same thing with PlayStation Plus. No discount. I don't see any available option. I would love to jump in, but yeah, there you go. I don't know, Brian. I was at it all day. Like, I pulled the controller apart for the first time, got in there with the compressed air. I was trying to fix it. It was not happening. I don't know what she's got done, man. I don't know. Oh, I've been thinking about it, Decadent Dave. Seriously, I have. I watched RGT's video today. He got that VIP pack. That is beautiful. So I'm thinking about it. The only problem I have with it is, like, it's amazing, but it's not much better than the Hyperkin, right? Because it's not like what Analog does, where you're actually running the game on real software or new software. It's kind of like what Hyperkin did with the Retron. You plug your game in, it reads the game, and then you run it off emulation. So, yeah, I don't know. I am looking at pinball machines, man. I'm telling you, that Evil Dead is absolutely beautiful. Again, every time Spooky comes into the conversation, you worry about reliability, so there's that. And, man, Jaws is really good. But, yeah, I still got about, $10,000 to pay off on my Godzilla first. Anyways, guys, I won't keep you any longer than that. Thank you so much for being here for 200 episodes. It's been a fun ride. A lot of that has been covering Arcade1Up. I'm sorry I'm not doing as much of it lately. There's just no news. There's nothing to talk about. So we'll be back, hopefully in the new year. Arcade1Up surprises us, hits CES, and then goes, hey guys, you want another Pac-Man? Boom! Fooled ya! It's Q*bert. Boom! Fooled ya! It's Track and Field. Something cool like that. I would love to see that happen, and if they don't do it, hopefully someone else does. Basic Fun shows up and goes, hey, remember that Centipede cab we were talking about? Boom! Centipede! I'm not here to talk about Arcade1Up. I'm here to talk about arcade recreations. I just want someone to make it. Make something good, and make sure it doesn't cost too much money. I think that's what we all want. I appreciate it, Decadent Dave. Thank you very much. Tonight was all about 1UP. Oh, the irony. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, Cornercade. I'm sure you're going to go live about it tonight, but I'm going to take my time. I'll get a chance to look at it tomorrow and, yeah, see if it's something I want to talk about. So I can't share anything about it now because I haven't really had the time to look at it. And, yeah, we can all dream. That's right. Oh, yeah, well, they sent us some information already, James. I don't know if you got it or not, but they sent us a video of the gameplay. I just haven't had a chance to look at it yet. But anyways, boom, fooled you. It's Casino Cade Part 2. Imagine. That would suck. And there's the other option. Looking forward to see what John D's got cooking. I got a feeling. I don't know how to tell you this, guys. It might just be a fighting arcade. I don't know why, but it might just be a fighting arcade. I honestly thought this was Multicade Monday, but I stayed. Jason, you don't have to do that, man. You already do so much. And I totally forgot to get to that list again of the people you told me to do. Make sure we're off that list. I got to do that. I'm sorry, brother. I don't look a day over 180. I feel like I'm 400 years old. I feel terrible. Thank you so much for the huge super chat, man. I really appreciate it. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for being here. We'll be back next week with another fun show. Thank you for tuning in to the #1 multicade show on Monday nights. This is Michael B. the Game Genie, and I'll talk to you next time. I wish, Stock Jock. I wish. I was just about to end the show. I wish. That's what I gathered from it too, brother.